I have been thinking about resuming my learning of coding and web development, etc., for a while. And when I was younger, I would sort of start it up and I'd find some place online to learn a little bit. And then I'd just kind of get tired of it because the layout wasn't good or I felt like I wasn't really able to measure my progress or whatever else. And recently, Hacksaw Academy got in touch and offered me a free trial, a free account on their website, and offered to sponsor a video. And I've been messing with it all weekend and trying out a bunch of different projects. As you can see here, I've completed none of them, but I've tried out a lot of different projects. And I really, really like it. And the best thing about it is I'll open up the landing page project here. Let's see if I can restart from the beginning. I will restart. One of the great things about it is very, very often when I've used other websites for learning coding and web development, etc., it's sort of tedious to look in sort of a live way at what the code is and then what the result of that code is, etc. And one of the really great things is that the Hacksaw Academy site is laid out in a super straightforward way where you sort of have the lesson up here in the top left. And in the right, you've got three panels: the HTML panel, the CSS panel, and the JavaScript panel. And I'll just show you, like, for example, for this very first basic HTML lesson, I can copy this HTML code, and after pasting it in the HTML panel, I immediately see here in the output panel what that looks like. As another example, CSS. You can then take CSS code, and again, this is just example code and sort of teaching you how to use the system. And after pasting it in the CSS panel, which normally would be contained in a live website in a different file altogether, you'd have to be maybe flipping back and forth between a number of windows, that immediately takes effect here in my lower left panel. And then the same thing applies to JavaScript, which I can take here, copy, and paste into the lower right JavaScript panel. And what that does is it actually pops up a message when I click the text in my output panel. So I really, really like that. It's just super easy to go through and to understand the relationship between HTML, CSS, and in this case, JavaScript. And Hacksaw Academy, not only do they have a whole bunch of different projects that you can look at and try, different levels of detail, really, really wide variety of things. They also give you a 14-day trial that you can enroll in. They have 10,000 registered students. The first project is free, and if you like it and you want to continue, it's $10 a month for unlimited access. I also really like that. There are some websites where you are basically paying a per project fee, and on Hacksaw Academy, for $10 a month, you have access to all the projects you want. That I really, really like. So I encourage you to check it out. Use the link in the description to this video. Let me know what you think of it, and I'm recommitted, I would say at this point, to really resuming learning to code. And it's not like I'm looking to take over coding of the David Pakman Show website, but I find it to be a really, really great skill to have. And it is learning another language in many ways, and that I really like.